Thank y'all very much. Way different doing this in front of people. Normally I just pretend there's a purple-haired Democrat across from me, and I just like fake chew them out. Like, you people. Yeah, occasionally Sean's there a couple days a week, but he doesn't actually have purple hair, much to most people's surprise when he shows up. Unlike tonight. Yeah. A lot of roasting to be done, but I do want to say, tell Kim, thank you so much, Kim. Throughout the years, whether it's my radio career or when I first got into the nightclub business, friend Chip over here and Kim over here, for better or worse, I would not have had the success that I had doing that. I've gone back, and there was a lot of drugs and alcohol in between, but I think it was 2000. It would have been early 2000 or late 99, somewhere in there. Kim had his place, Jazzy's, down across from the Iron Horse Grill for a point of interest there. And me and Chip had a falling out like a lot of people do with Chip over time. You hang out with him enough, you're going to have a falling out, and I have inherited that trait myself. You hang out long enough, we will eventually have a falling out. But stumbled across Kim's place. I was like, well, there's this new bar. Let's go and talk to them, and convinced Kim to let us do a Thursday night college night, kind of for the white college crowd, so to say, the Heinz crowd at the time. And man, we did that for a couple months, but I just remember we talked them into doing beer pitchers. I'm like, look, we got to do a draft beer special to get these kids in here. We can charge them whatever at the door, but we need to do quarter pitchers or $1 pitchers or something at the time. Bottomless. He agreed to it, but one rookie mistake in the bar business that Kim had made was they used glass pitchers. And you can imagine how that goes when the old South Jackson crew rolled in. And South Jackson ain't changed much, just kind of the color of the folks over there. They still like to raise hell and do a lot of fighting. They've added guns into the mix now. But it was a blood fest. It was a blood fest. I think that was our last night there at Jazzy's. But me and Kim remained friends for years. So somebody did tell me, there was a few years there where we didn't talk, and I never asked him about this, but there was a time where somebody said, well, I'm pretty sure he called you the blue-eyed devil on the radio one time. He said, that blue-eyed devil opened up a bar down there in Barroom, and they were convinced it was Kim, so for the sake of this story, it was Kim. I said, well, I do like to dance with the devil. I do have blue eyes, and I did open a bar in Barroom, so you know what? It's me. I will fall on that sword. But fast forward 20 years, 25 years, 21 years, give or take. I get the show at WYAB, and I run into Kim there, and he's like, man, I didn't know that was you. And we get to talking and stuff, and we redevelop our friendship. And I texted him one day, I was like, man, let me buy you lunch, meet me down at Martin's for lunch. And I think he knew what I was dragging him down there for. I wanted to expand the show to more than one day and 1 hour. He vouched for me with Matt, told him he thought I had the chops to do it, and I've been trying my best to prove him right. And one of the other things he told me, if he did it, that I had to give that back, I had to pay it forward. So when the next person came up, try to make sure to give them extend the same favor to them that he did to me, and I have been trying to do that. And it's funny, I get called the white Kim Wade a lot. And, maybe it's for my knack of saying things to make people uncomfortable. But hell, I already thought he was the white Kim Wade. Kim's so white that he's not afraid to let the sun go down on his back in Rankin County. Kim's actually offended that Woodrow Wilson wasn't racist enough to get a street named after him in Jackson. Kim's so white he voted for Trump 3 times. He does CrossFit. I often joke about white people doing white people stuff. CrossFit, rucking, mountain biking, and jiu-jitsu for a long time. And Kim does at least 2 of those at any given time. Kim's so white he asked Jackson Water to bill him a little extra. Kim's so white he segregated himself in school. My personal favorite, Kim's so white, COVID couldn't kill him. He cooks his macaroni on top of the stove. He drives a Honda Ridgeline and a Volkswagen Bug. And last but not least, he picked Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich over Popeyes. Kim, thank you so much for everything. I truly appreciate it. Look out, we've got Socrates Garrett over here. And I did ask him, I said, we can roast the other roasters, right? He said, oh, yeah. I said, all right. You know, look, forever, I thought Socrates' middle name was, in fact, set aside. Nobody's got to be more upset about Chockway's misfortunes than you. Peeping out the windows of the FBI coming down my road. Or to quote Polo coming down my road. Speaking of Polo, we got, you know, honestly, I probably wouldn't be doing radio at all if it wasn't for Polo extending a favor to me. So I'm a bit conflicted on his recent screw-ups and spending the rest of his life in prison, because he did help me, so I always like to acknowledge that. But he also turned his back on a lot of us and got the pocket of whomever downtown, and we went from being friends to being a racist the very next day. But I always admired, I never heard of Malcolm Johnson or David Archie until I met Polo. And he was at the thick of their personal rivalry at that point. And I never knew who they were, but I looked up one day and I see a Facebook post from Malcolm over here. And it says, this, for the sake of conversation, this Sunday on my show, it's going to be an expose, tell-all about Clay Edwards. And I was like, what the hell? And I was new to this at the time. I wasn't used to being talked about publicly. You know, I was all nervous and stuff, but it was at that moment that I realized if you just don't watch it, you don't listen to it doesn't happen. But ever since that show, the Black community has had a very fun pet name for me. It's racist. So thank you, Malcolm. Thank you very much for that. You don't want to hit anybody else before we get out of here tonight. Couldn't do this without mentioning Kingfish over here. Kingfish is the absolute most feared man in Jackson media. And if he wasn't scared of the camera, there probably wouldn't be a Clay Edwards, because he already had the platform and the people to do it, but not yet. Enough of Kingfish. He's been a great influence. And it's nice to see him out in public doing stuff. When they said Kingfish was going to be on here, it's like, you know, they put your real name on the flyer. So, of course, he scratches it off and puts it on his website. But no, we've got Kingfish here. I appreciate everybody. Kim, if you win mayor of Jackson, I'm telling you now, publicly, I'm moving back to Jackson.
No, you're going to the 4 o'clock hour.
You're going to the 4 o'clock hour. I want to run the city of Jackson's social media. I think nobody's got the resume quite like it.
Then you can run Save Jackson.
We'll just add the D, right? Save Jackson. Well, that's what we want to do with Kim, is we want to save Jackson. And if you look at all the other mayoral candidates, and I don't know all of them, I know the one that's mayor right now ain't the one. And I know this man up here, you may not like the way he says some things here and there. He may ruffle a couple feathers. He may have a job waiting for him in Rankin County, starting back up the goon squad if this don't work out. So they ain't got to worry about that, because he will be our next mayor, Kim Wade. Thank y'all.
Thank you for tuning in to the Clay Edwards Show here on YouTube, X, Rumble, or Facebook. Be sure to swing by my merch shop today at buyfafo.com. That's buyfafo.com, and pick you up one of these badass hoodies like I'm wearing now. It's officially hoodie weather down here in Mississippi. I don't know about where you're at, but it's a brisk 50 degrees outside. Finally, after we hit the high 80s in November, we're finally getting a little bit of fall or winter here in Mississippi. But we got the hoodies I'm wearing now, what we call the Real American Hero version of the logo. Red, white, and blue with the white draw straps. We also have it available in the black t-shirt version. These are tri-blend athletic fit tees. It's available in gray also. Then we have the all-new Mississippi Blackout Tag Edition FAFO hoodies. Those also have the white drawstring on them, just not pictured up in the mock-up. And, of course, we have that shirt available in a black as well. Same as the gray shirts, they are a fitted tri-blend athletic cut tee. If you're a little bit bigger fella like myself, maybe you got some love handles down there. Hey, I ain't judging. I'm just saying you might want to buy one size larger than what you normally wear. If you wear a 1X, get a 2X. If you wear a 2X, you might want to grab a 3X. Got them available all the way up to 4X. Appreciate y'all's support. Be sure to hit like, subscribe, share, and don't forget to go by buyfafo.com. Every purchase comes with a free FAFO bumper sticker like that skateboard right there. Y'all stay blessed.